All right, good people. Let's try this yet again, and let's see if we can get through it. Do me a favor, go ahead and type in the chat where you're from. Somebody invited you to watch this webinar, this live stream lunch and learn for this weekend as we get ready to go into 2018. Um, Go ahead and let us know who invited you or who put you on this live stream today, man. And I don't think I'm even going to go and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share it out one more time. Apologize for the snafu, man. It just um, my laptop has been going through some fits lately, and it just basically shut down on its own. So I don't know if that's the me being able to make a case to go ahead and get me a MacBook or something like that. We'll see. So let me just share this out a couple of times. Do me a favor, guys. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And then you can share this out too, man. Share it on your Facebook timeline. You never know, somebody on your timeline might want to learn how to save taxes, might want to understand the power of a home-based business. Um, so yeah, do that favor for me. I'm just going to share it out to Twitter, Google Plus, and Facebook real quick. But don't be shy, man. Type in the chat where you're from, man. What part of the world are you tuning in from? And if somebody invited you or shared this with you and said, hey, man, you need to check this out, let me know who that was. Let me know who that was. And then we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. So you can use the live chat feed to go ahead and comment and interact with me. Um, all righty. And just one more place, and I'm going to share it on my Facebook wall, and then we'll get started for today. All right, all right, all right. So Kurt from Florida in the building. Appreciate you chiming in, Kurt. Let me just go. Now it looks like my stream is weak, or is that just my tablet doing that? All right, man. So let's get this thing cracking. I'm gonna pull my phone up as well so that I can make sure that I can see your comments as we go through today's lunch and learn. All right, so that's the one that's live. Bring up the live chat. All right, there we go. There we go. So for those of you who do not know me, I am H Cortez, also known as the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It's truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to be walking in my purpose and my calling. I am a natural coach, mentor. I just love to lift people up. I love to educate. I love to teach. I love to help people where they need help the most. And really, the area of finances for especially Black people in America, working people in America, the final frontier is financial education, guys. And that's what I do. I teach practical strategies that I'm learning from some multi-millionaires. And they're just teaching me how to go from zero to hero, if you will, how to build a financial empire from scratch. And everything that I learn, I implement, and then I turn around and teach it to you guys because I want you guys to come along with me on this journey. So, why is it that every American should have a home-based business? Well, it is quite simple, man. Taxes, 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 right? Most working Americans don't understand that their number one or their biggest expense is their taxes, right? And although you have income tax, you have personal property tax, you have real estate tax, you have state tax, you have FICA, Social Security, you have a lot of different taxes that you have to deal with. But the one tax that you absolutely have control over is your income tax. And we're going to get into a presentation here in a second. And I just want to give you my little spiel up front so that you understand that having a home-based business, yes, it's great if you can make some extra money in that business. If you have a business and you're able to make an extra $1,000 a month on the side, that's cool, right? But just having a business, period, allows you to save anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 in taxes. I'm gonna say that again. To be able to make extra money is a beautiful thing. But having a business, whether you're profitable or not, if you're just attempting to make a profit, you can save anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 in taxes, right? Now, I've got to give you my disclaimer up front because we're talking about taxes. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax advisor or tax preparer. This isn't tax advice. This is just some practical wisdom based on what everybody knows about America. America is business, right? Or if you want to say it another way, America is a business, right? But that's another lecture for another time, right? But America is business. And if you don't have a business in America, you're basically a foreigner in your own country. So we know that businesses have a different tax code that they live by. We know that wealthy people pay taxes at a different rate than working class people. Well, we're going to get into why that is in America. But if you're taking notes, I want you to write one thing down. How you make your money in America determines how you're taxed in America. See, they talk about different tax brackets and they talk about it in a way that you think that the amount of money you make puts you into different tax brackets. And while that is true to some degree, more importantly, it's how you make your money that determine the tax bracket that you're in. If you're making your money with a W-2, a W-2 is a tax bracket. It's a tax code. If you make money with a W-2, you're taxed the absolute most of anybody making money in this country. If you're making money with a 1099, again, another tax code, if you're making money in a 1099, the net effect of taxes on you is a little bit less, 18 to 23%. As an employee, it's 25 to 33%. If you're making money with money as an investor, you're taxed less than 15%. So it makes sense to understand why you, my friend, need to figure out how to navigate your way through this American economy and go from working a job. And the way we teach is you add a 1099. Eventually, if you work your 1099 hard enough, it can replace your job. But then you want to get over to the investment side where you're making money with money. Is that making sense to everybody? If you're just jumping on, go ahead and type in the chat where you're from. I like to know if you already have a home-based business or if you've been considering for a while and just haven't run across the right thing to start, or you just don't know how. So please, I love interaction on this show. So go ahead and type in the chat where you're from and let me know if you already have a home-based business or if you're looking to start a home-based business. And we're going to get into some reasons why, and I'm going to show you the home-based business that I promote. Now, this isn't to get you in my home-based business, but the home-based business I promote actually teaches financial literacy in a fundamental way. So this is where I learned all of these strategies. Now, if you don't have a home-based business, I feel that this is a great one for you to start. Couple reasons: it's cost effective. It's only $9 to start for a limited time, $9.95 to be exact. It's also a business that teaches wealth building principles. So, if the name of the game for you is to build a legacy for you and your family, you absolutely want to be involved with this particular business. And then it has a strong compensation plan. So, if you are the type of person that knows how to sell products and build networks, then you can absolutely make a ton of money with this program as well. But what separates our business from a lot of home-based businesses out there is whether you can sell or recruit or not, you can literally still have success and build generational wealth based on the strategies that we're going to teach you. And I'm going to talk about some of those strategies today. So let's just get right on into it, man. I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead and get a pad and pen out, and let's get ready to take some notes. So what we're going to talk about is something that we call the 369 financial transformation. And you have to understand some things about money, about capitalism, about how America is set up if you're going to have success financially, right? So the first thing you're going to understand is that there are two main objectives that most people have, right? You're trying to figure out how you're going to eat today, how you're going to take care of your lifestyle today, whether you like to vacation, whether it's relationships, whether it's your dream home, whatever you're doing today, you're trying to make sure that you can pay for your current lifestyle. And for the most part, if you're taking notes and you want to write down your current lifestyle should be paid for with your labor, or lifestyle equals labor. But the second objective is you have to figure out what you're going to do in the future as well. There's going to come a time whether you want to or not, you're either not going to be able to work, you're not going to want to work, or you may not be wanted by an employer to work. I know a lot of baby boomers are experiencing this now, layoffs and things of that nature, and they have, in essence, become unemployable because they have too much experience. Companies don't want to pay them for their experience. So they have a tough time figuring out how to take care of their future lifestyle. And then when you think about when it comes to retirement, most of us have struggled throughout our working years. So how is it that we're going to retire if we couldn't make it on the income that we have while we're working? How are we going to make it on less income in retirement? So your retirement or your future lifestyle should be paid for with your investments. But if most people are struggling check to check, then it's going to be hard for that to happen. So there's four challenges that you have to overcome if you're going to make it in the financial realm. You have to overcome the challenge of inflation first and foremost, right? All inflation means is the value of the dollar going down, which in essence means the cost of everything else is continuing to increase. The value of the dollar is going down. So the cost of gas is going up, cost of daycare is going up, cost of groceries is going up, the cost of insurance is going up. Well, guess what is not going up to help meet those rises in inflation? Your paycheck, right? Most companies are not giving raises on an annual basis that compete with inflation. So if you don't have an idea or an ability to do something else with your money that's going to help your money grow faster than the pace of inflation, then you're going to struggle financially. And that's just the way it is. And then there is the second challenge you have to overcome is taxes, right? You have to figure out how to minimize your taxes. Taxes is your biggest expense, right? Most people don't get that. Working class people are paying anywhere from 28 to 33% in income taxes alone. Then you add to that personal property tax. If you're in a state that has state tax, then you have city and other local taxes. Then you have sales tax on everything that you buy after you've already been taxed 33%, right? Working people, if they really sat down and did the calculations, will see that they're at 40, 50, sometimes 60% of their income is being lost to taxes, right? So you have to absolutely have a solution for taxes if you're going to build wealth. And because of taxes and inflation, they lead to the third challenge, which is debt, also known as the curse, right? Basically, the Bible says that the borrower is slave to the lender, right? So because the cost of living is always going up, but our raises on our jobs aren't keeping up, because we're losing a third of our paycheck before we even see it, by the time we get that check home, we lost a third. So we tend to go finance our lifestyles so that we can make up what we lost to inflation and what we lost due to taxes. That's just how this system works. And you're encouraged every single day to go deeper and deeper into debt. In fact, we've been socially conditioned to believe that we're just going to die with debt. Nobody, and that's what these companies and the banks want you to believe, is they want you to get into a place where you just give up, because they make their money on you being in debt. So they want you to give up and just become complacent and just feel that you're just going to die in debt and you're just going to pay to manage your debt for the rest of your life. Because if that's your thought process, then they're going to make a buku ton of money on interest as you're trying to service and maintain that debt. So we've got some solutions that help you get out of that stuff. And then the fourth challenge is big business, right? We don't like to admit it, but big business has a way of forcing us to participate on the wrong side of capitalism. See, a lot of people think capitalism itself is evil, right? I don't believe that. I believe that capitalism is just a tool. And like any other tool, the person using that tool determines whether or not it's good or evil, right? So the person using the tool of capitalism can use it for evil, just like the person using the tool of capitalism can use it for good. Big business has figured out how to get us to play on the wrong side of capitalism, which is the consumer side. Well, as business owners, we want to learn how to play on the right side of capitalism as producers and as business owners. But just think about it. We just finished up Christmas, right? If you're watching this, this is December 30th. We're getting ready to celebrate New Year's. We're going to go spend a ton of money to do that. Some of you guys are going to get new clothes for a New Year's party, a New Year's Eve party that's going to go down. Some of you guys are buying food and drinks and all that kind of stuff, right? See, we participate. And then New Year's kickoff, we're going to celebrate or set a bunch of New Year's resolutions. We're going to get gym memberships. We're going to start eating healthier. We're going to start doing some things with our money to try to transform our finances because of the New Year's resolutions and things of that nature. And then February is going to roll around, and Valentine's Day is going to be in full swing. In fact, some stores already have Valentine's candy and paraphernalia on shelves right now. Right, that's how big business is getting down. March, you look at St. Patrick's Day, spring breaks for a lot of schools. Sometimes Easter falls in there. April, you got the prom season. May, you got Mother's Day, Memorial Day. June, you got Father's Day, graduations. July, of course, we got Independence Day celebrations going on. August, we got kids going back to school. September, we got Labor Day. October, we've got Thanksgiving, Halloween, and then November, of course, we got Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday. Big business has its way of getting its hands in your pocket so that you will participate on the wrong side of capitalism. But again, if you own some of these businesses and you solicited customers for some of these holidays and these monthly celebrations, you see now why being on the right side makes a difference, right? Now, what we're going to talk about today is a strategic approach to building wealth versus a sales approach. Now, there's nothing wrong with sales. I want you to hear me and hear me good. There's nothing wrong with sales. In fact, whatever you do on your job today, I don't care if you're the janitor, I don't care if you're the CEO, I don't care if you're directly a sales agent or sales rep, whatever you do on your job today, you are doing that to support your company's sales force. Period. When the janitor cleans up around the building, it's to create a nice working environment where customers can come in and buy stuff. It's to create a nice working environment so the employees can come in a clean environment and sell stuff. So there's nothing wrong with sales. But when you're thinking about a home-based business, it's the number one reason that people steer away from them is because they don't want to have to sell. Right? Who can agree with that? Right? Comment in the chats whether or not you like to sell or not. Right? Most people just don't like to sell. Right? So we teach that you can take a strategic approach to your home-based business and still make a ton of money, or should I say build wealth long term, just on strategies alone. So what we did, this whole system that I'm teaching, the slideshow and the webinar, and some of the training and education that I get comes from my mentor, Brian Bean. Now, Brian Bean is fortunate enough to have retired from corporate America at the tender age of 22 and has worked and run a successful home-based business for 20 years. If you decide that this is a business that you would want to take part in, you get to learn from a 20-year veteran in the industry of working from home, and he teaches a strategic approach. See, when he graduated college, he got him a job and he was making 3 figures every 2 weeks. He ultimately learned how to start a home business, and he went from 3 figures every 2 weeks to 4 figures per week, 5 figures per month. That led to 6 figures per year and ultimately a 7-figure career. Right? So this is who we get to learn from. Guy's a multimillionaire from the comfort of his own home, and he's put together what we call the extra digit movement because he's learned how to grow his income by an extra digit at a time. So he teaches us. Now, here's the cool thing that you want to know about Brian Bean. He made his first millions in sales, but guess what? Lost it all because he didn't understand proper money strategies to go along with the money that he was bringing in via sales. That caused him to add some and implement the strategies that I'm going to share with you today. And it was those strategies that helped him get all of that money back and then some. And because of that, he's gone on this crusade to help working Americans all over the country start to build and grow their wealth using a strategic approach versus a sales approach. So the strategy that we're going to learn today is called the 369 Financial Transformation. In 3 days, we're going to help you better manage your cash flow with minimizing taxes, minimizing your debt, and minimizing your expenses. In 6 weeks, we can help you, if you choose, to learn how to generate some business income using this very same system. You can simply plug people into webinars like this, and you can have a ton of success. And then in 9 months, we want to help you understand how to get into the investment side and build a passive income investment portfolio by giving you some perspective, some terminology, so you can sit down and understand how to build some appreciating assets, some dividends, some capital gains, and things of that nature. So normally it's $34.95 for you guys to get this system. That's the normal cost to get this system, $34.95, and that will get you the strategies, that will get you our software, that will get you our system, and that equals your success. And then it's $34.95 per month. However, for a limited time, if you like what I show you in the rest of this presentation, you can get started for just $9.95 per to start, and then $35 per month, 30 days later. And guess what? As a business owner, this is a business system, so all of that is tax deductible for you. So in our financial success membership, you're going to get our cash flow manager software. You're going to get identity theft protection. You're going to get our key logging defense system. You're going to get tax advice and tax preparation. You're going to get the smart money credit education system. You're going to get Legal Club of America free and discount legal services. So our membership not only gives you the license to be able to make money with this program, it also gives you the tools that you need to build your wealth using a strategic approach. So let's get into it. This document from 2005 from the IRS says that more than 100 million taxpayers got refunds. That's 80%. But it says, where does your refund come from? Well, those people who are getting tax refunds, it says the refund comes from your wallet or your purse. It says when you tell your employer to withhold the money from your check, you make an estimated tax payment. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. So basically, working Americans in 2005 were overpaying $160 per month. Today, that's roughly $200 to $600 per month that people are overpaying. But here's what Uncle Sam advises: get that form done correctly, and putting that money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. So what that means for you is we can literally help you get a $200 to $600 increase in your take-home pay just by understanding your tax withholding form, right? Call the form W-4. As a result, we can literally help you create 5 additional streams of income from the one stream that you have right now. See, as a working class person, you're paying 28 to 33%, and you're basically saying, I'm going to work first, I'm going to pay taxes second, and then I'm going to try to spend or live off what's left. So, what are the 5 streams of income that we can help you create? Business income, right? This is an opportunity that you can earn business income commissions for referring people to our financial success membership or referring them to any other products that will be unloaded on your personalized website. Tax savings, we're going to help you not only minimize your taxes through the W-4 form, but we'll discuss here in a second some of the other things that you can write off now. We're literally talking about making a part of those everyday expenses that you have tax deductible expenses, right? So tax savings is another stream that we can help you create. Lowering your expenses is another stream, right? If you look at your expenses and you got money getting away from you and you bring that money back into your household, that's in essence you getting a pay raise. And then eliminating debt, right? Every debt that you pay off is giving yourself more cash flow. And eventually, if you develop business income, get some tax savings, lower your expenses, minimize your debt, you're going to free up the money that you need to start investing in income producing assets, wealth building portfolios. And that's another stream of income that we can bring into your household. So let's look at the tail of the tape, so to speak, from a business perspective. See, our second strategy is creating business income. The first is cash flow management, managing the money that you currently have a little bit better. Second strategy is business income. So we're looking here at someone who makes $50,000 per year before they have a home-based business. Before they even bring that money home, they're going to lose $18,000 to taxes. So instead of bringing $50,000 home, they bring home 32. Now, they told you you have a $50,000 a year salary. You're on the other hand trying to live a $50,000 a year lifestyle, but you only bring home 32. So how do you pay for a $50,000 a year lifestyle with 32,000? It's simple. You float 18,000 on a credit card. Well, what you borrow, you must pay back. So by the time taxes come out of your check, by the time you pay for the money that you borrow, you're basically left with $14,000 to live on. Now, let's look at the other side of the tape of the person who has the home-based business. They gross $50,000, the same $50,000 on their job that the other person without the business made. Well, they get to spend first. They get to pay their bills first. Well, what bills do they get to pay? Well, because their business is a home-based business, there's the home office tax deduction, there's the communications tax deduction, the utilities, meals and entertainment tax deduction, business travel, mileage, wages. They can pay wages to their children, so they can use the business to write off a lot of common expenses, and they get to spend that money first. So instead of being taxed on 50, they're taxed on 32. I'll say that again. Over here, with the person who did not have a business, they were taxed on $50,000 and paid $18,000 in taxes. Over here, you were able to spend first, have some tax deductions because you have a business. So instead of being taxed on 50, you're taxed on 32. What's the difference? The amount of taxes paid on 32 is just 7,000 versus 18. So that leaves you with 25,000 to live on instead of just 14,000 in the first scenario. So are you starting to understand the power of having a home-based business? And we haven't even said this person made any money in business yet. They just have a business. They're working their business, trying to make a profit. They have some expenses, and they're able to write that stuff off. So, with our financial success membership, you get a software to help you keep track of all of your expenses. Why? Because the IRS requires that if you have a home-based business, you're working it to make a profit, and you're going to take the tax write-offs, you have to keep good records. So our cash flow management system will allow you to enter your business. So Mentor to Millions is a business and a cash flow manager system, right? It's showing here that on July 13th, we paid $36.17 at Red Lobster. We were having a training meeting in Chicago. It took us 64 miles to get from our hotel to that particular restaurant and back. So all of this stuff is a tax write-off, right? Here we have our $34.95 monthly MyEcon fee. It's site maintenance and licensing, and that's a tax write-off as well. Then we go over here and say we can also enter and record our expense or our income. MyEcon paid us a check. It came from MyEcon. What was it? A bonus check. And we keeping good records as we go. If we had wanted to take a screenshot of that and load that into our system, we can also do that. And then just let me go back on here at Red Lobster. Then we have in our system the ability to take a picture of that receipt. And now you don't have to worry about keeping a shoebox full of receipts to track your expenses as a home-based business owner. And basically, at the end of the year, you get this printout, a nifty spreadsheet like this with all of your expenses, your incomes, and you can provide this to your tax preparer, and they can get your taxes done in a flash, right? Earn business income with what we do, right? All of these people are holding some giant checks, right? Because they basically either promoted our financial success membership and introduced people and they liked what they saw and they came aboard, or they sold some products, sold our cash flow management system to other home-based business owners, or maybe they sold our credit education program to some folks and they made some commissions, right? Now, this is my mentor again, Brian Bean, a master at the home-based business game. And as you can see, it's a $10,000 check for him in a single week. So our compensation plan is very lucrative. Now, again, it's disclaimer time. I'm not telling you that you're going to be guaranteed to have a 5-figure week. I'm not telling you that you're going to make any money in this business because I don't know you. I don't know what your work ethic is like. I don't know if you're a real go-getter. I don't know if you even want to build a business or if you just want to work the strategies. But what I want you to know that it is quite possible to have a 5-figure week here with the way the company pays for helping to educate others on the power of having a home-based business. Now, other privileges from having our membership is you get licensed to sell all of our products and services, right? And some of these products, like our identity theft protection, you can sell that for $15 a month, basically for a family, or $8 a month for a single individual. And every month they pay their monthly fee to maintain identity theft protection. You get a monthly commission. So you get monthly residual commissions and other passive income for selling products and services that the company offers. We have a cashback mall that includes some of the most popular stores online: Walmart, DirecTV, PetSmart. All of these companies are companies you heard of. You can use this cashback mall to do all of your shopping, and the company will pay you a commission, and these companies will give you cash back for everything that you spend, anywhere from 2 to 10% cash back, depending on the store that you're shopping at and their particular offer, right? And you can also have other family members and friends and neighbors shop through your mall, and you earn cash back on all their purchases as well. And then finally, our third strategy is making money with money, right? Because when you understand asset accumulation, that puts you in a tax bracket of making money with money. You're taxed anywhere from 10 to 15%, right? Money gets to work for you, right? Money gets reinvested, and then you pay taxes on the gains, right? And you're paying less taxes on the amount that you're making with your money. So we can help you get there in roughly 9 months. So as you're going through our system, you will fix your cash flow. You will start the process of getting out of debt. You will start building a mini emergency fund. You will start working on your credit if need be. You will start referring people to our system and earning some business income. That's all going to create the revenue that you need to start investing, whether it's paper assets, whether it's cryptocurrencies, whether it's real estate, whether it's precious metals. What you invest in is not the question. The question is, why aren't you investing right now? Chances are you don't have the education and you don't have the financial resources. That's what this program is designed to do. Now, when you partner with us, you're going to get the training and support that you need. Presentations like what I'm giving today, you can plug people into it very simply. You can share it with them. You can grab the link and you can send it to some folks and say, hey, you got to check this out. I believe this is a solid home-based business that we can start so that we can not only make some extra money, but more importantly, we can educate ourselves on how to minimize taxes so we can get out of debt, and we can educate ourselves on how investments work so that we can start building long-term generational wealth. So you get our cash flow calls, we have conference calls, we have webinars, we have video trainings. Everything that you need to build this business is already included, including live events like what we have coming up in February, which is called a Game Changer, where we all come together and we learn directly from Brian Bean and his leadership team, and they teach us not only how to build this business, but also how to work and use these strategies. So it's a combination weekend where whether you're here for strategies or whether you're here to build a business, you're going to learn from the best of the best. Hear all the testimonies and the best practices that people are using to have the most success, and you're going to be able to plug in to that. And this year it's going down in Atlanta, Georgia. So people fly in from all over the country to get that knowledge and education from somebody who, again, is a 20-year veteran, multimillionaire, all from the comforts of his own home. So again, scratch the $34.95 to start. That's normally what it costs to start. Today, if you like what you see, you can get started for $9.95. If you like what you see, if you're watching this during our holiday promotion period, you're going to be able to get started for $9.95. But even if you're watching this after the fact, $35 to get yourself a $200 to $600 pay raise, to get yourself a business system that will help you learn how to build generational wealth, that's still not a bad price. $34.95 to start. But again, if you're watching this during the holiday promotion, it's just $9.95 to get started, $34.95 per month, and that is tax deductible. Included is your MyEcon website, your cash flow manager system, your cash flow strategies, your identity theft protection, your identity theft prevention, your discount legal services, your credit restoration education, audit assistance and tax preparation, commissions tracking system, and everything you need to start shifting your income today is included in this membership. So, guys, I can't stress enough the power of having a home-based business. It just makes good sense. Again, $9.95 to get started. You can give yourself a $200 to $600 pay raise just by having a business if you understand that as a strategy. Just by learning what it is that we're doing using our software, you can then use this strategy and the extra income to pay down your debt. Once your debt is paid down, then we want you to start building an emergency fund. If your credit is not where you want it to be, then we want you to be working on your credit using our credit system that's included in your membership. That's worth the membership alone. We will teach you how to get a 750 credit score or better in the next 4, 5, 6 months, depending on where you are right now. So that's alone is worth the cost of admission, right? And then if you want to build and recruit a big team so you can earn some leveraged income, we'll teach you how to do that as well. You can start getting some leveraged income, and that can speed up the process of you getting yourself out of debt and building multi-generational wealth. So the call to action is simple. Get back with the person who introduced you to this video. Whoever shared this with you, they may have put it on their timeline. You might be seeing it on a friend's timeline. They may have sent it to you directly. I want you to ask that person, are they in? And if they can provide you their join link so you can get started for $9.95 if you're watching during our holiday promotion, or for $34.95 if the holiday promotion has already ended. So if you got any questions, you can go ahead and put your questions in the chat. Let's do a quick Q&A. It looks like my connection seems to be a little bit unstable. So before it conks all the way out, I want to take the time to answer any questions that you may have. You can put them right there in the chat. The chat is live, and I can answer any questions that you may have. For myself personally, I found that I was overpaying taxes, $270 per month, too much. I was able to get that money back into my house. So I had a business the year before I started this one, didn't know nearly enough about how to take advantage of all the tax laws. So when I did do my taxes for that tax year, I went from owing Uncle Sam $1,000 to getting a $3,000 refund back based on all the tax write-offs. So again, I'm not a tax professional. This is not tax advice. This is my personal testimony. You want to get with your tax professional to get your questions answered. But having a home-based business, especially now in light of the new tax bill that has just passed, could really benefit you long term. So you want to get back with the person who introduced you to this video, shared this video with you, shared it on their timeline or whatever the case may be, and see how you can get started with them today. I don't see that we have any questions coming up in the chat, so I'm going to wrap this stream up. I am your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community. I appreciate you all for tuning in and listening. If you got questions, just put them in the chat below this video. If you're watching the replay, and I will respond to your questions. But more importantly, at $9.95, man, you got to go ahead and get started and look at what we have. Evaluate this thing from the other side. Go ahead and get on the inside and do your research and your evaluation of what we have to offer instead of trying to evaluate it from the outside. You're not going to get the proper